As you guys know, if you have been playing Fish, the devs did add a second sea in the game. In order to get a second sea, you would have to at least beat the Cthulhu boss in the Cthulhu Shrine at Terrapin Islands, behind it where the original vault was. So in this video, we will be summarizing C2 overall. So in C2, there are a couple new rods and a lot of new islands. So let's go ahead and get this video over with, and let us go over to our first island to summarize. And let's see. Now, the devs did add a whole new currency. So, the currency from C1 is useless, and you can't sell any fish from C1. Here is Curse Shores. Right now, if you guys have been grinding in C2, as you guys know, you can't catch Cthulhu yet. The devs have not added, but my theory is that they are going to make it where you catch it here, because this is where the Cthulhu statue is. And in the trailer, you can see that they zoom into a cave here. And let's go straight to that cave. Also, before we go to the cave, let's show you the rod. You guys would have to grind, and it is the Cthulhu rod, and I would recommend it for good stuff. It's about or the Great Dreamer rod. My bad, guys. It's 500,000 E. So if you guys want to get it, it's 500,000. So you guys would grind. As you guys can see, I only have 200,000. So about the cave, we go. There's a cave right here, and it looks like a couple tracks going leading down here. As you can see, you can't go inside. But I have a theory that when Cthulhu, when you're allowed to catch Cthulhu, if the devs add Cthulhu in, this is where it's gonna be. And that's basically the Cursed Shores. And the Cursed Shores best year, well, almost every single island, even the ocean, has a exotic, and it's pretty common to catch an exotic, so it's best if you want to start. And there's also secrets. I did catch a secret today, which it's called a storm skipper. You can catch it at where you spawn. And then the awesome thing about getting to C2, when you complete it, you finish the whole bestiary for C1. That concludes that you get the Aurora Bobber. But for when you go back to C1 and you want to check your bestiary out, you don't really finish it all, I guess. It's probably something. Alright, on to our next island from Chris Shores. We go to this side and we head to the what's the Azure Lagoon. Here is like where you could buy a starter rod right here called the Rod of the Lagoon. Its passive is slashing, so like for example like the no life rod, and for a very cheap price, 100,000 E. So if you guys want to go ahead and get that as a starter rod, I would definitely recommend it for grinding. And yep, and the devs did add a sea leviathan that spawns around here. That's from what I saw in one of the videos. Shout out to all the fish YouTubers. I take big inspiration from them. But anyways, on to our second island. So if you guys are wondering how to catch, I definitely recommend like for the rods, because almost every rod has about 15% resilience. I would recommend resilience on this, or mystical. And once you get those enchantments, start using the weird algae bait. So as we go, we have reached Ember Reach. Here you can definitely grind a lot of money, and I am talking a lot. Here you can catch very common exotics if you guys want to pop in Aurora, and the exotics here are so easy to catch. If we go up here, this is the best fishing spot, in my opinion. But if we head over here, we could see that there is a rod leaning on the barrel right here. It's called the Blazebringer rod. And here are the stats if you guys want to see it. Lure speed is 10%, which is not really good. Luck 90%, pretty good. Control 15%. Perfect resilience is wow. I didn't expect it to be that bad. But the max kg is 5,000. So for every single rod in C2, it's about 5,000 kg. It's max. So you can't really. So I wouldn't recommend like trying to catch big fish with it. So and Ember Reach is more of like Roslet Bay because of its volcano. So if we head down here, you can find the merchant and then the angler and then does Ember Reach have a shipwright? I don't think it has a shipwright. Whoa, that's pretty weird. Anyways, luckily we had a boat. So from here we'll be heading over to our next island. And honestly, this is probably the best update so far. But it has a lot of bugs. Devs are definitely gonna fix it up. So we head over here and it's got this here, and in the open ocean you can catch a whole lot of it's well only one exotic, but it's pretty common to catch a mythic if you have like C2 rods. So here at Lush Grove, my favorite spot because this is where I got my first um C2 rod. So if you want to head over here where it looks kind of tilted, you guys would want to go up here. If your shipwright is over there, angler quests are over here, and angler quests are only C2. C2. So here's your merchant, and if you come right over here, you can find the verdant shear rod. It is a amazing rod. Now let's go ahead and use it. It has a 20% chance of spawning a tree, which gives a brown tree, green leaf, or Mother Nature mutation. Now let's use it here. Hopefully we get it, and it's only 20% chance to get it. So hopefully we get it first try. Maybe not, but it's okay. A tree does spawn though. So yes, and I guess the devs kind of put some random numbers for the minus lure speed because one of the fish actually is 90 minus 92 or um I think it was minus 90 minus 62 I think. So that was Lush Grove. Now we head to Island Beginnings. This is the best place to grind for money. And here's your shipwright, your merchant. And these are pretty useless because look, I had bought one thinking that we were gonna get like what do you call it? Like the bait from this sea, but really you don't. Because look, let me do this, go to bait, and then we have a bait crate. Look at what happens when I tap. You can't open it. You can't open this crate in this world up here. That's kind of weird for it to be just right next to the shipwright. But anyways, here you can get the free spear rod. You have to get at least 70% or higher to get this rod because if you don't, then you probably won't be able to get it. And it is about 200,000. So I will give the stats right here. The stats are beautiful. It also has a 20% chance to rain gems, and it gives a 5x mutation called Bloom. It is beautiful. It's a moneymaker rod if you're trying to get the great dreamer rod. So let's see here. See that? Easy, easy. What an easy exotic. And it has a slashing ability just like the Rod of the Lagoon. This is probably, in my opinion, the best rod of C2. And hopefully we can go over the rods while going over the islands if I can catch this quicker. And Silver Whisper Eel. That is perfect. And it's so fast to catch it too. So anyways, now we're done with Isle of New Beginnings. It's kind of like Forsaken Shores, but a little smaller. We head over here, and we're almost done. This is the spawn island. This, in my opinion, has like 3 rods, I think, and those 3 rods are probably better to start off with. I would definitely recommend starting just keeping on grinding until you get able to get the Firefly rod. If I can see the stats, I would recommend it with resilience, or if you want to get the wildflower rod, which I wouldn't mind, it's actually a pretty good rod. And if you want to head up here or right over here, you can find the frog rod, which spawns frogs. And its luck isn't really that bad, but it I would definitely just recommend the wildflower rod to grind for the rod of the lagoon and then grind for the free spirit rod. So hope you guys liked the video, and I definitely recommend playing this game. It is a fun game, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.